Hello, my name's Jennifer Hall and I'm here at Nolius Gallery on Bankside with Gillian Best-Powell. She's actually organising the visual arts side of the London Festival Fringe. How's it going, Gillian?
It's going really well. We've had about 300 people through the door today at this private view, and we're opening the submission process for the Art Award on the 1st of May. And we've got three prestigious judges for the award, who are Jason Brooks, who's a realist painter, Zoe Whitley, who is the curator of contemporary collections at the V&A, and also Nick Caploni, who is a freelance curator and works as the exhibitions officer at the Pump House Gallery and also at Arts Quest.
Brilliant. So you've got quite a few people involved in the festival. That's wonderful. So how about the exhibition here? How's that going?
Very well. It's a group of artists from Cor Blimey Arts in Deptford, and we had somebody called Silvia Battista who selected the artwork for us.
And there are several different artists who have put up their work. It's all a really wonderful variety of pieces. But I know that your piece here, Unravelled, is a really lovely piece. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. It's a print, and I suppose it's about the dust bowl of life and all its winds of change and entanglement. And I tend to use sort of high energy colour, which reflects where I am at this point in life, trying to manage all the things that come with it.
I think I know that very well. It's a really beautiful piece. Thank you very much, Gillian. Thank you. Hello, I'm here with Lizzie Cannon and we're here to talk about your lovely piece of sculpture here, Corpus Bulbaceus. It's a really interesting piece. You've used some wonderful materials. How has that come about?
Well, I've used textiles. I'm very interested in using textiles as a fluid organic material, but I've treated it with concrete and latex. And the idea is to produce these kind of species that have evolved to our urban environment, as though they've kind of adapted to the concrete as a substitute for soil and grown from that nourishment from the concrete.
It's really effective. You've obviously used some various materials to kind of create almost like an intestines look here. How did that come about?
These pieces are more bodily than other pieces I've made, and the idea is to focus on the plant taking up the concrete as nourishment and kind of almost digesting it and evolving from it. So that's how the sort of internal organs have come about.
It's a really interesting piece. Is this part of an ongoing study? Have you got any work out in London that we could catch at a future date?
I have some photographs and some drawings at Tender Pixel in Leicester Square. They're actually within the shop that Tender Pixel has called Tender Product.
Thank you very much. That's really interesting. Thanks. Hello, I'm here with Enver Gusev, and we're here to talk about your beautiful piece, Famagusta. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's about a city in Cyprus. And it sits on the sea. It's on the eastern coast. Used to be the Riviera, but it's been abandoned since 1974. So all the buildings that you see there are completely abandoned and not in use. And it's just part of a series of my work that I'm working with at the moment, dealing with empty spaces, like I say, or abandoned or defunct spaces.
You've done a really wonderful job of creating the atmosphere, and something that I really like is the fact you've got the bright colours of the sky and the sea, and that's contrasted with the buildings. How did you create that?
Yeah, well, I tried to give it a kind of postcard feel, really colour saturation, and give it a feel that it's still in use and it's still a resort, if you like. But on closer inspection, you can see that there's nothing really happening there, and it's really quite decrepit and grey and falling to bits. So I like to give that misleading look from a distance.
I can see there's also a lot of texture, especially in the sky. Was that a conscious choice?
Not really, because again, going with the theme of the whole work, I work on found canvases, or again discarded canvases, which I find in skips or people have just thrown out behind the studios, and just re-stretch them and use them. And because I'm dealing with memory, it's both personal and assumed. I carry through the other artists' memories, if you like, on their piece that I've just worked on. So works on many different levels. So there's a lot of layering, yeah.
Really adds to it. And I believe this is part of an ongoing study. You've got an exhibition coming up?
Yeah, we've got an exhibition. It's a group show in May. It's called Wilderness, and it's in the Core Gallery in Deptford. And in there as well, I'll be showing work that deals with mostly my childhood memories of London. So lots of empty buildings and spaces from London, like Battersea and King's Cross. And
I really look forward to seeing more of your work. Thank you. Hello, I'm here with Linton Co. I'd love to talk to you about your beautiful, bright piece, Pink Legend. I believe it's inspired by Woodstock and Joni Mitchell, isn't it?
Yes, music is the main source for my idea, and it's the best medium to help me to put this overflowing emotion to the paintings. And sometimes my inspiration for a piece can involve rock music, class music, or the songs from nature. And for the Pink Legend, it's about the song Woodstock, because I was deeply affected a photo of Woodstock. I would like to paint about the people, the festival, the music, and the 1969. And maybe I think they are my stardust.
Yeah, that's really nice. And you've chosen pink. It's a very bright colour. Was there a specific reason you chose that one?
Yes, because I checked some reference from the internet or the book. They said pink means woman for peace.
That's really great. And have you got any work coming up in the future we might be able to catch?
Yes, I will. Forthcoming shows in New York, in Agora Gallery. Yes, I think in December.
I look forward to hearing about how that goes. Thanks very much. Thank you. Hello, I'm here with Rosalinda Davis, and we're here to talk about her piece, The Bedet Estate. It's a beautiful piece. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. The Bedet Estate is part of a series of works that I've been doing that look at social housing and the idea of basically places that started off as utopian ideals of how we should live and became quite quickly dystopian places that nobody wants to live. And this particular place seems to be half abandoned, basically, with curtains still in the window, and it's a very haunting place. So I was very interested in its sort of history and its background as well, and that's again part of my research, is to look at within all of my works the stories behind the buildings.
It's very atmospheric. You've used loads of different textures and stuff.
Yeah, I use pre-printed fabrics, usually like a vintage fabric or something that basically relates to the era of the building, the kind of the history of the building, and places it within that context. And it's also about emphasising the interior of the spaces and the humanity of the spaces as well. And then also I embroider as well onto the surfaces, again to pick up on the fragility of kind of existence, really.
It's worked very well. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful piece.